Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short.
Hello there, this is Jeffrey Hinchy in Edmonton, Alberta. Now, what I want to talk about today is the process of when you come down to see me about how you're going to take your new vehicle home. Now, when you come in, it's important that I have whoever's necessary there to make a decision. You know, I know that a lot of people like to shop for vehicles and try to get an idea so they can convince their partner to buy a vehicle. But either you have a problem and you need a new vehicle or you don't. And if you need a new vehicle, chances are your partner knows those needs. So if possible, unless there's a reason why you cannot, it's really important to get a babysitter, make an appointment with me. And when you come down, I would require that you bring some, that you're going to be serious about this, that you bring some kind of either a negotiable instrument like a check, or you bring some cash with you, or you bring your MasterCard or your Visa, or whatever. Just something that we know that if we find the vehicle that you're looking for, that I can, have some weight when I go to my manager and know that he can give a good price. Because to be honest with you, no manager, whether it be new or used, is going to give his best price to anyone today. With tools on the internet like Facebook and Twitter and things of this kind of nature, they can't afford to give you a good deal that's the best deal unless you are serious. Okay? They couldn't even 10 years ago before these new tools came along, but there's probably people running around with Twitter. What'd they give you over at this dealership? And managers know this. Now, also when you come down, it's important you bring the registration document for your vehicle. Because to be honest with you, is I have every intention of finding the vehicle for you and convincing my manager to give the price that you need in order to equal the payment that you require, and that we get you into the business office to at least start the paperwork. And that's my intent. And usually I'm successful in meeting a customer's needs 50% of the time. So that means if no one brought down the registration document or the vehicle they're trading in, that creates quite a bit of issue later on in the process. So when you come in, it's a very simple thing. There's no need of getting upset about it or feeling that you're going to be fighting this fight of meeting someone. I don't need money that bad that I'm going to rook or steal your trade or anything of that nature. It's going to be a very simple type of a deal. You come in, we sit down, I'll probably get you a coffee or some hot chocolate. I bring a sheet. I go through why you're trading. I try to figure out what are some of the problems now that you're having. Why are you in front of me so that we can get the proper information my manager requires from you so that we can get the proper vehicle lined up for you to look at. And if everything goes really well, and after I get the information for the vehicle you're trading in, if you are, and I look at the vehicle and I find the right vehicle for you and you're really happy and you feel comfortable with the dealership and you feel that we're doing a good job for you, then at that moment you're going to probably want to know about price. Exactly what is this going to cost me? Am I going to be able to afford this vehicle? Why am I here? Why am I wasting my time? If everything goes right, we should have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen within an hour. If we don't know, then there's probably a problem. It means that either I'm not telling you something or you're not telling me something. But assuming we've gone through this process and everything's fine and we're all happy, then I'm going to bring a purchase and sale agreement out. And I'm going to take your information from you, such as your current address, your social insurance number, who you work for, your salary, and things of this nature. Things that my business office is going to need. Because although they are a terrific business office, and there is 4 or 5 of them over there, 6 of them, and they do their job all day long, they need to have that information. And then once I get all that information down, and I get your deposit from you to show that you're serious, so my manager knows that he can minimize his losses by giving information to you, such as the best price in the car and the best price for your trade, because he's maybe concerned that you're going to go on Facebook or Twitter and tell everybody. I'm going to bring him the deal. And then he's going to look at that deal and he's going to say, can I do it? Can I not do it? And he's probably going to give you a first offer. Okay? Because he's like anyone else. He's got a family to feed. The managers of the dealership, they do. The owners do. I do. So, we don't mind not making a lot of money, but we're going to try to make as much as possible, obviously, so we can feed our family. But there's reasonable limits to that, isn't there? So you're going to bring that back and you're saying, no, I can't do that, or that's completely unreasonable. You're going to try to, maybe we're going to negotiate $5 or $10 a month or something of that nature. I'm going to go back to my manager. And at that point, he's pretty well going to know whether he can do it. If he can't go any lower, then it's up to you. You can decide, do I want to pay maybe for 72 months instead of 60 months? Do I want to pay for 66 months instead of 60 months in order to have that vehicle that I require, that I've determined? It's not a very complicated process. The interest rates are what they are. The prices are what they are. The manager can pay what he can pay for your vehicle. There is no complication. There is no really, big deal. There's nothing to be upset about. The whole idea is that you buy a vehicle, once every 4 years. The people who's in the system that you're dealing with, admittedly, buy a lot of vehicles and sell a lot of vehicles in the run of a year. So we want to make the process as comfortable as possible for you. And if you'd like to give us a chance and come in and see me, that's how it would work. It's not very complicated. And a few days later, you'll be leaving with your brand new vehicle and driving.
Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch old bandit run.